Thank you, Logan. Today, we are here to celebrate the vibrant tapestry of Korean culture. So thank you for being here with us today.
From traditional Korean drum songs to modern K-pop dances, we Koraff volunteers have prepared a lineup of performances to show you guys the wide-ranging practice and dynamic evolution of Korean arts.
Before we go on with today's festivities, I want to talk briefly about Koraff as an organization. Our wonderful community was born when Koraff was founded in June 2010 by Ms. Chung right here in Seattle, Washington. As an educational consultant, Chung recognized the unique challenges faced by Korean adoptees and their families in connecting with their heritage. Motivated to bridge this cultural gap, she established Koraff to provide essential cultural resources, language education, and community support.
Since the beginning of its foundation, Koraff has scaled from supporting a single adoptee family to now serving over 80 families in Korea. Koraff offers a variety of programs, including mentorship opportunities, all aimed at helping adoptees and their families.
It's amazing because just a few weeks ago I was on Jeju Island. I got invited to speak at an APEC conference on education and the work that we're doing in the Bellevue School District, and it was amazing. You know, I've been trying to learn this year how to read Hangul, and everyone says it's so easy. It's not that easy, but it has been really amazing just to try to get into speaking Korean, because my mother is Korean, my dad is Japanese American, and so I talked a lot about my Japanese American history here at Bellevue, because my family immigrated from Japan in 1900 to Bellevue. But my dad, after serving in the Vietnam War, he went to Korea, met my mother, and then brought her back. And so I get the benefit of my sushi side of my family and my kalbi side of my family. So, but my mother, you know, in some ways, she's proud of me now. I'm trying to give her as many reasons to be proud of me as possible. But when I was a kid growing up here in Bellevue, she really wanted me to learn Korean. And I just wanted to be as American as possible, you know. And at that time in Bellevue, everyone was trying to fit in. We weren't really all about diversity and multiculturalism. And so I refused to learn. And it's one of my greatest regrets. And when I talk to kids, grown-ups like me, we have very similar experiences. And so I also, the other thing that I'll mention is, I have a deep connection to many of you because my own daughter's adopted from Korea. So 2007, 2009, we went to Seoul to adopt my daughter Hannah. She was 11 months old, she was born in Busan, and she's an 11th grader right now at Interlake High School. And so we've been on this journey, just like many of you have, and it's an incredible journey. I mean, the flight home, that was really hard. I think that probably was the hardest part of it, but that 10 hours of screaming was hard. But besides that, it's been an amazing journey. And when we first brought her home, you know, my wife and I we didn't know how to be parents, and so we're giving her Cheerios, like things that we had when we were little ourselves. But my mother, when we took her to my mom's house, and my mom was making myeongguk, seaweed soup, my daughter, when we give her Cheerios, she plays with them. But when we went there, as soon as she smelled that, her eyes got huge. It's like a deep, deep cultural connection to food and culture. And then my mother would throw her on her back and put on the wrap. And so it was kind of it was an eye-opening thing for me to realize how important like cultural connection is for our children. And
improvise this as two teachers on the go here. So first of all, welcome to all the families for coming to Koraff. It's so wonderful to see so many new faces. Before we get going, we have to thank Mrs. Chung for doing everything to bring this together. Looking at those videos all the way back, thank you. We definitely need to thank the dads who really stepped it up this year with the AV, you too, as well. And also, it was great seeing you in the video, all the grill work you did back in September for that. We need to thank the moms. We need to thank Judy and Mia and Junmon and everyone over there as well. But we really wanted to honor the graduates. I'll let you honor your son. But Maya, who's not here, who is Rich and Jen's son, she's going to be going to, she just arrived, okay. And she's going to Western Washington University. We need to, and Owen, she'll talk about, our 3 volunteer grads who are moving on to school. Claudia, who's going to Cornell, if you remember all the way back in September, she was interviewing us for a class project at that picnic, and now she's going to Ivy League. Daniel, who is going to Texas A&M, where everyone greets each other by saying howdy, as opposed to hello, which is really important that you don't tell him that he's going to Texas.
All right, hi everybody, my name is Jenna Sagan, and my son Owen over there, and then I have Addie, Sean, and Dean. I'm kind of in a different little role here because not only are we members of Koraff, which we have been for, I would say, Strophe, help me out, 9, 10 years maybe? So 9 or 10 years roughly, so it's been a huge part of our lives. Owen is also a volunteer, so we've really gotten to see hands-on how much work goes into putting on these events every year, and especially this event at the end that kind of wraps it up. So we love all this. The best part is just seeing everybody. We've made lifelong friends here that we will have friends forever. You're stuck with us. Sorry.
이건 혹시 좋아할까 봐
choosing the right message. I could have spoken about the amazing events we've had, all the challenges and adversities we've faced, or the memories we've made over the past 4 years, but none of those quite captured what I've come to understand and learn in this final year of Koraff. Today marks a big change in my life, and to be frank, change is something we know a thing or two about. But the truth is, high school has always been about change. I was talking to my AP Lang teacher, Jen Sorensen, one day, and she asked me an important question. Why? What is your purpose? I always longed to answer the question why. Such a simple question, but yet so complicated at the same time.
Next, I want to thank my mom because she's the one who brought me here. And I've been a volunteer for 4 years now. And I just graduated today, actually. I've been part of Koraff for even longer than that, up to almost 10 years now. And it has been a big part of my life. It has taught me so much and connected me to my Korean culture so much more because I'm not only a volunteer, but I'm also an adoptee. And I just want to say thank you because I've connected to my culture so much more because of Koraff. The food, the language, I've learned so much more. I mean, I was just up there singing Korean and I don't even barely know it. And just all in all, it's been a huge part of my life. I was able to go to Korea when I was super young, and not only just once, but I was able to go again a second time when I was a little bit older. And it just brought me so much closer to home. And as a kid, I've always just felt this connection as well. I've always just wanted to learn more about where I was from, and Koraff has just really brought that to me. It
presents these awards to our wonderful volunteers.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us in celebrating our 50th anniversary cultural event. And I truly appreciate your interest in and present our culture present here today. At this time, I will give the award to our students, the President Volunteer Service Award. So please give a big round of applause to encourage my outstanding students. Broken Park. for over 10 years. And now they are graduate and heading off to college. So proud. I and Owen grew up with us, sharing many wonderful memories, long with them. I think we have a special with us for 10 years. And now they are graduating and heading off to college. Maya and Owen grew up with us, sharing many forgettable memories, right? So we have a visit Korea like twice, right? So I think I have a special memory like when you were 7 years old, firstly, 6 years. We visit Korea 2023 twice. As they become high school students, they volunteer with us, giving back to the community. Giving back to the community. Now they are moving on to new chapter as college students. I truly proud of them. Special thank you to their parents, Jennifer. These are my new leaders.
Again, my name is Drew Norman. I grew up here in Bellevue. I was adopted when I was 3 months old. And I went to Bennett Elementary. I went to school in Seattle, but I ended up graduating from Interlake High School in 2002. I spent 14 years in South Korea, and I found my birth family. I learned the Korean language. I read, write, and I've been with the Bellevue Police Department for a little over a year now. I was able to find out about this last week at a station tour that we did. I hope that I can add some value to the community. If you guys have any questions, anybody, I've done a lot in South Korea as well. So really, it's kind of a lot of things that I've done there, but if you have questions, I'll be handing out cards. Please feel free to contact me, or you can speak with me at any time. But I'm really honored to be here with you guys and happy to meet everyone.